I'm not sure if I said this before, but I've always wanted a Disney game where I get to play as various Disney characters, but play them in a way that's like a fighting game or a beat-em-up game or a hack and slash kind of game where the characters are more epic now, more battle ready. You take one good look at them and go like, oh my god, they're angry. The magic has been stolen. Who took the magic? And then you realize that the one who took the magic was you!
You're the villain all along!
Oh, what a twist! And so poetic! Society has been the villain the whole time! Oh, aghast!
You know, I need more grit to my Disney magic now. I'm old, I'm jaded, I'm dead! I can't feel my magic unless it's gritty! A bit more darker than what you expect Disney to do, but not dark as in like Shadow the Hedgehog emo, I'm holding a gun now. Even though I was kinda okay with that, but still nothing like that. Leave that to me. I'm the dark, brooding emo guy.
See? I'm dark and brooding!
I will be honest though, I'm quite happy that Disney recently has been trying to get back into the video game industry, or at least something a bit more than just mobile games, which is ironic of me to say considering that the game we're going to be talking about for this video is a mobile game. Wow. I mean, their video game showcasing was a bit meh, but still, I was pretty excited, like Disney Dreamlight Valley. I mean, I did find it a bit fun, despite not being my type of game. I wasn't excited about it, but I was happy with it, especially with that hoodie I made. It just screams me, right? Shut up! I will be honest though, the only reason why I went through the game was so that I could be friends with the Frozen characters. Because you all know my love for Frozen. Look, I just want to hang out with Elsa and impress her with how I catch fish.
Cause when we're together, I'm as happy as I can be.
No, that's not what it means. I'm just a fan of her. Nothing more than that. Stop looking at me like that! But like I said, it's not really my type of game. I'm not into these life simulator kind of things. It's just cool to see that such a game exists and does it relatively well. Then there's Disney Speedstorm. You know me, I love kart racers. So to see Disney doing another kart racing game has me a bit excited. And from the various gameplay footages I see, it looks good. It doesn't look like a generic low-grade kart racing game. It looks like it actually has some grit to it. In fact, I remember a few people saying, is this game too violent? To which I say,
No, it needs more violence. I want to run over them sinners.
And there's this other game that is a bit too kiddish for my taste nowadays, but still, I like the style because it reminds me of Rayman Legends. That's good, because Rayman Legends was a good game. I love it. I want to see more Rayman games! Now, yes, I could hear all of you screaming right now. Creamer, there is a game that uses Disney characters and it's just as epic. Yes, I know. I'm a fan of the franchise, don't you know? I may be a recent fan, but a fan nonetheless. Don't belittle me. But I consider Kingdom Hearts more of a Square Enix game first, Disney game second. The reason why I say that, because even though the main selling point of Kingdom Hearts is using Disney, the main focus are the Square Enix-like characters. Disney characters and aesthetics are actually just along for the ride, although in a major way. No, but my desire stems from seeing a much more pure Disney game, where the focus is on the Disney characters, but just as epic as Kingdom Hearts. Now yes, there have been many games throughout the years that allow you to play as various Disney characters. The number one I would say is Disney Infinity. That game was tremendous. You get to play as any characters, create any world you want, create your own story. I remember I recreated my own version of Arendelle, and I was so proud of it until some pathetic demon ruined it. And you wonder why I'm always so angry? And then there are the mobile games. Now yes, I do know and I have played Disney Sorcerer's Arena and Disney Heroes. And to be honest, they're quite fun games. The problem is, the type of gameplay is not my type of game. It's, turn-based, and you know me, I'm not really much into turn-based. I require my action to be real-time. But still, it was sufficient enough for me to give my time with them. I mean, that's why, what was that? What the? Oh, that... No. But there is one game that I will be honest, despite it being a mobile game, I was a little bit excited for it to come out. And that game is Disney Mirrorverse. Now, the game has already been around for quite a while. It had a soft launch somewhere in the Philippines, before being officially globally launched somewhere in June of 2022. Yes, I get it. It sounds rather silly that I'm making such a big deal out of a mobile game. But the reason why I'm making a big deal is because, well, that game did something that very slightly, and I mean very slightly, scratched my itch for the desired Disney game I just said at the beginning of this video. And all it takes for you is to just simply get the game, it's for free, or go to the website and check out those characters. Just by looking at them and not knowing any better, you would think that Disney's releasing some RPG game where it takes place in an alternate universe and all that stuff. When I first saw the designs of these characters, I was like impressed. I was like, what the heck? Sometimes I would just go to the website and just take a look at these characters and wish that this was more than just a mobile game. It's like you look at one of them, it's like, he's the mage, he's the bard, and he's the freak. I mean, look at Snow White. Is that a pickaxe? Snow White? More like Snow! And then look at Mickey. Oh my god, Mickey. Bow down to Mickey. Bow to his eternal glory. Pray for eternal happiness. Pray for eternal youth. Pray for eternal sense of wonder. Pray! This particular game is more focused on real-time action, which was a bit of a surprise for me. It's now more about the positioning of your character than anything most. But of course, it's a mobile game. It's not that complex. It's relatively simple. There's a button to move, then there's a button to attack, then there's another button to do a special attack, and that's all you need to know. Good boy! Actually, there's a bit more you could do. You can flick the movement button to dash, and then look at your enemies and say, hey, you missed. Then you can hold the attack button to do a much more heavy attack, so you could see them bleeding on the floor crying. And then you can get to change characters on the fly, just in case you want to change the playing field a bit. Or if you want to be more strategic and more manageable to your entire team. Yes, there is a tiny bit of skill required to get through this, especially if you're playing a level that has almost the same power level as you. Like, take a look at this one match I just recently did here. And I'm almost dying, but through careful positioning and managing, I was able to get through it with just a hair mile. You may have also noticed these symbols. Now, these symbols represent the different roles each character is assigned to. There are 4 different types of roles. There's a cinnamon role, there's a California role, there's there's a melee role, there's a ranged role, there's a tank role, and a support role. To put it bluntly, these roles will basically tell you how each character will play generally. Melee type characters will focus more on dealing damage up close. Ranged characters do the same thing, but their attacks are long range, so they deal damage from afar. Tank characters focus more on taking in damage, being the shield for their teammates, while support characters focus more on healing and buffing their teammates. And of course, you can upgrade these characters. My 3 strongest guardians right now are Elsa, obviously, Mickey, obviously, and Wally. Look at Wally. He looks heartbroken. He looks like he changed himself to get matters into his own hands. He's tired of all of you littering this earth with your filth.
And your blood shall be the nutrients for his newfound plants.
The planet shall have its revenge!
Now, there are many different modes in the game. There's a traditional story mode, then there's supply runs so that you can farm for resources, then there's a tower mode to collect a different type of resource, which are talent books. There are events mode, which have little side stories or extra things to do. There's dungeon mode to feel like a slight sense of dungeon crawling and getting even more rewards and resources. Then there's Rift Raids mode, where with your alliance can compete with other alliances, just in case you want to be a bit more competitive. I don't have an alliance because I'm lonely. Why am I lonely? Because I'm shy and ugly. Leave me alone. And again, I have to reiterate, the designs of these characters, they look epic. I mean, look at Elsa. My god. I mean, yes, she doesn't look too different from the Elsa we know, but still, the changes made here make her look very epic. I mean, look, she's got the Aurora Borealis with her. Look at Olaf. He's, well, it's just him with a cape, but you know what? That's something. I'll take that. Then look at... She's taking that sword and ramming it up your... Actually, I want to see what are the latest characters now at the time of recording this. Peter Pan and Cusco? What's his name? Cusco! There is actually a small story into this game, but it's very simple. In fact, the only thing big about it is the premise. And the premise is, this takes place in an alternate universe. These aren't the characters you grew up with. These are the alternate versions of them. This is an alternate world where things are a lot more battle-ready. And now you see why I'm making a big deal of this. That isn't Woody. That's a real cowboy. That isn't Buzz Lightyear. He's a real space ranger. That's not Elsa. That's... Galadriel! That isn't me! That's me! Wait a minute. Now, of course, what kind of deteriorates my excitement for this game is the fact that it's a mobile game. It's built from the ground up to be a mobile game. And you all know what that means. Pay up constantly or you can't progress any further! Okay, I jest. It's not that harsh. I mean, I was able to go this far without paying a dime. But you will feel the slowdown. I mean, you know how most of these mobile games go, right? They're free to play, and when you start them, they will give you a bunch of rewards, and the progression will feel fast and fluid, and will feel like you just got yourself a deal. But slowly, as you continue playing with it, you realize that your progression is slowing down more and more and more. Until you eventually hit a roadblock, and then you'll go like, wow. Do I have to pay now? Now I started playing this game at the day it was released, and I've been playing it every day since then in small quantities. Now I've had a bunch of roadblocks along the way, but I've been able to surpass them quickly by doing my looking at every ounce of the game and saving every resource I have so I don't have to spend any actual money on the game. But I did notice a significant slowdown in my progression somewhere at the end of November 2022. I've been able to make progress since then, but what you're seeing right now, it's been like that for quite a while. And that's where I'm most annoyed about. I am so enamored with how these characters are portrayed now, and yet it's all under a mobile cage, which I don't like. I mean, this game kinda very slightly checks in all the things I want in a Disney game. Various Disney characters? Check. Battle ready? Check. Real-time action combat? Check. RPG-ish like elements? Check. Violence? Check. But all of that ends up becoming a bit meh when you realize it's all under a mobile game. This kind of game, especially with these kinds of ideas for Disney characters, makes me feel like it should have been implemented on a larger scale. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video? I've always wanted a Disney game where I get to play as various Disney characters, but play them in a way that's like a fighting game or a beat-em-up game or hack and slash kind of game where the characters are more epic now, more battle ready. Well, guess what? They could start doing that by using the Disney Mirrorverse characters. Imagine they create a full-fledged AAA pay once you'll get all content game where they use the Disney Mirrorverse characters. And if Disney or anyone is kind of afraid of showcasing characters in a lot more violent fashion, well, guess what? These aren't the actual characters. That's not Elsa, that is Mirror Elsa. That's not Anna, that's Mirror Anna. With these kind of characters, you could be a bit more experimental with how you want to portray them in games. From mobile game to full-fledged big game, I know it can happen. Remember, the people who made Disney Dreamlight Valley and Disney Speedstorm are the same people who made the Asphalt games. Yes, it is Gameloft. They're taking their adventures to the actual consoles. I like to see Disney Mirrorverse kind of do the same thing. Okay, I don't want to end it just there, so let me say this overall. I do not like that it's a mobile game, but I do like the idea behind it. Alternate Disney characters that are more fighting ready, I like that. This makes me sort of wish that future uses for such idea will be larger than a mobile game. But we'll see. I mean, one can dream. But yeah, tell me, what kind of Disney game would you like to see? I know people want to see another epic Mickey game or another Disney Infinity-like game. That would be epic. I would also want that. So tell me if you enjoyed the video and stop asking me if I'm okay. You know the answer to that. And I'll see you all...